We're Game Gumbo. I've got my guest here, Shawn from Flatout. Hopefully we'll get Molly back in here. But we're talking about some spicy hot games that both of us have played. And one of those games is a game from my friend Carla Kopp over at Weird Giraffe Games. And Shawn, I think you've played it. Have you played Degrees in Darkness?
I have. I know it as Degrees of Darkness, so that can be my little drop about the origins of the game. But this is by a good friend of ours, Chris Glein, in the Seattle area. So he's part of our Seattle area game designers group. And let me tell you, do not sleep on this game. This is a fantastic little engine building game. So it's a really cool premise where it uses Winston draft, if you're familiar with that mechanism, where you're
I don't know the term, but go ahead.
So you basically have piles of cards, and you can look at one pile, and if you want to take it, you keep it. If you don't, you add to it and keep going. It's great. It's a great use of the theme because you're grave digging. So you're these students, I guess, not kids, students of the school of I guess it's School of Necromancy, and what you're doing is trying to build out, do your classes and trying to build out different potions and different concoctions and all those sorts of things. So you're gathering ingredients and then having to build these things. Lots of really cool little engine building elements to it, and just I love the kind of match of the theme. It's got kind of a Harry Potter feel to it, but a sort of slightly darker version of Harry Potter.
Fun dark though, right? I mean, it's a gory dark. It was
definitely for a goofy kind of fun thing. And all of the illustration in the game is by Chris. So he did this amazing job on this prototype, and it just has so much soul and so much character to it. Look at those little moon illustrations. It's just fantastic. Cool. And he's got, I think I see the bone, what is it called? The bone sphere is above there. You can just see all the skeletons.
Oh yeah, all those skeletons.
It's just super fun. So it's a really great little game, and it's totally small footprint and everything, super easy to learn and all that kind of stuff. So I'm super, super, super excited about this one.
It's gonna come in the typical Weird Giraffe size box. You can throw it in the front flap of your backpack. It was super easy to teach. I mean, the rule set wasn't really that complicated, but what I loved about it is it's got a bunch of delicious decisions when you're coming in, and it doesn't take that long, but it almost felt like it's like the Goldilocks of games. It wasn't too short and it wasn't too long. It didn't reach the point where I might have been able to use another turn or two, but it wasn't like I felt like, an engine building game, the frustrating ones, the ones where you work on your engine the entire game and you never get to run it. This one, I didn't feel like that. I felt like I was able to get my thing going, and I enjoyed that. The other thing that I really liked is when you're building up that engine, I was surprised that when we played the game, none of us had the same strategy. Some of us were going for the biggest point cards. Some of us were just, I'm going to work at the end and just try to get as many special powers as I can that I can just go. I forgot one of them. They had that they just kept tapping it every single round. The one where you add more cards, you can draw 6, keep 4, and dump 2 more into the draft. That was an annoying one. That's an annoying special power for that person. They just kept hammering it away. And that's one of the things that I like. I like, a small box game that can give me multiple ways of winning and give me a lot of variability. I'm all in. I'll be honest. I told Carla, I think this is the best game that she's published so far, or is going to publish. This might be my favorite one out of all the ones that I've played. I don't know if y'all played any of the other Weird Giraffe games or not, but.
Oh yeah.
Do we get to count Galactic Raptor games?
Yeah. Count. Throw in Galactic Raptor. Yeah.
Yeah. Animal Kingdoms is one of our favorites.
I love Animal Kingdoms, and I especially like the roll and write. But I really like this game. I think this one just kind of sings to me. It kind of hits all the right notes. So I'm a big fan. Degrees in Darkness. I don't remember the date she told me, but it's coming up on Kickstarter relatively soon. So over the next month, you'll see. You saw Meeple Town's got a copy. They're going to be doing a preview. I'm assuming Dean and John will, and it's got a cool theme. So Steve says it's bright and it's dark at the same time. That's a dichotomy, but I'm telling you, it works in this case. It is not a gruesome dark at all. And of course, Ninja says, I always lose in Degrees in Darkness. Ninja, that's because you haven't played me yet. Remember? You haven't played me yet. Yeah, because Ninja, I have a long lost streak to your friend Jeremy Davis. So That is a tough one. And that's Degrees in Darkness from Weird Giraffe Games, designed by Chris Glein. I didn't know the name, so I'm glad you guys gave me a little backstory. How do y'all know Chris? I mean, I know from Seattle, but is he part of your play group?
Yeah, he was joined the Seattle tabletop kind of meet. Used to happen in the before times on Wednesday evenings, and so yeah, just
And he's
became
one of
part
the
gang.
he's one of the most like passionate, most Renaissance people I've ever like. He does all this. He puts like he just like everything of his is just like soaked in his character. Like to do all those illustrations and to just like dive into it and I mean I just love his stuff. It's always really exciting and he is really excited about like bringing a theme out and those sorts of things. So I've just learned so much from Chris, just from his passion and the way that he approaches game design. So
What I thought was interesting about his illustrations, and I saw in the box that he was, part of the illustrations. I didn't realize he was the illustrator, but the coolest thing is the more you look at each of the pictures, like you see things you hadn't noticed before, tiny little details that he puts in there. So kudos to him. That is Degrees in Darkness, coming out from Weird Giraffe Games. Should be hitting Kickstarter pretty soon.